Welcome back, Dunkaholics. We're here with year two of the Madden 26 New York Giants realistic rebuild. If you tune in to part one was incredible. We made it all the way to the Super Bowl with this roster, and we fell short, lost to the Buffalo Billies. We had a chance to probably send it to overtime at the end of the game, but what a season. And I want to say I appreciate the game of Madden for even allowing me to be in that position. You know, like I said before, the Giants, they, usually dominate, franchise and they will go to Super Bowls, but I did not expect for them to let me, go all the way there as I'm controlling them for this realistic rebuild. So shout out, salute to Madden for letting us go that far in year one. Now, we had a great season as a team, and we also had a great season individually. Most importantly, though, by all of the rookies. And you see here in the rookie season record, Jackson Dart for passing touchdowns at 36. I feel like Baker Mayfield may have got there or tied it or came something close to that. But he had a great season. Scatterboo, Darius Alexander, Abdul Carter, all of them. But I think Malik Neighbors, he also broke the receiving touchdown or may have tied with Randy Moss. I came here to the record books to see if they recorded it, and you see here receiving touchdowns in a season, they still have Randy Moss at 23, but I'm pretty sure Malik Neighbors may have tied it. So what a season for him. I'll show the stats once I go over the roster. Matter of fact, I'm going to show the stats right now because we ain't going to waste no more time. We're going to meet the roster, the team, the squad here in preseason. Before the preseason starts, let's meet the team that went all the way to the Super Bowl last season. At quarterback, we have Jackson Dart, 84 overall, going into his second season. You see what he did his rookie season, 50 yards shy or 61 yards shy of 4,000 passing yards, 36 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. He had a long pass of 70 yards, got sacked about 40 times. But what a rookie season. Quarterback rating 105.8. He is our franchise quarterback. I do feel like Jackson Dart should have at least a star dev. If he would have won rookie of the offensive rookie of the year last year in the NFC, we would have gotten that star dev. But I think out the gate, bruh deserves at least a star dev trait. We brought back Jameis Winston as our backup quarterback, or he was still under contract. We did lose Russell Wilson to retirement, but we still have Jameis making everybody laugh in the locker room. I did sign Tyrod Taylor. I think this will be his second stint with the New York Giants, taking him away from the New York Jets. And he does have that mentor tag that Russell Wilson had for us last season. So he will play that mentor role to Jackson Dart. At running back, the other half of my white boys, Cam Scatterboo, who had a great rookie season, 1,400 rushing yards, averaging over 5 yards per carry, and 16 touchdowns. We are going to ignore the one fumble, but he went up dev trait. He is now a superstar dev trait, and he will be the focal point of this Giants offense. Tyron Tracy as the backup. Still got Devin Singletary and Eric Gray. At fullback, we still do not have a traditional fullback on the roster. But at receiver, Malik Neighbors, who is now a superstar X Factor. I think he won receiver of the year. Also, Cam Scatterboo won running back of the year for the NFC. But looking at the stats, 23 touchdowns. He ties Randy Moss's single season touchdown record. He had 81 catches, 1,200 yards receiving, almost 1,300 yards receiving. And Malik Neighbors, I know I said Cam Scatterboo was the focal point in the run game, but Malik Neighbors, that's who we're going to throw the ball to. I think we had him in the slot last season. He ate from it, so I think we should put him back there again this season, and he becomes the number one target for Jackson Dart. We did lose Wan'Dale Robinson, who would have been the Super Bowl MVP. What a performance by him, but he did leave us in free agency to go be a wide receiver one somewhere else. I think he signed with Tennessee. So Darius Slayton will move up into that wide receiver 2 role. And then at wide receiver 3, it's open competition. We drafted this Devontae Ridley kid out of Michigan, who is a slot wide receiver. So he will get a chance to be the wide receiver 3. We also signed Alan Lazard, the veteran. And then we have Jalen Hyatt going into his final year of his contract. See if he can finally develop as a wide receiver here for the Giants. And then at tight end, we got Theo Johnson, who had an okay season last season, but This Ross Barkley, tight end out of South Carolina, he fell to us in the second round. We decided to take him, add another weapon to this offense for Jackson Dart, and we got to find a way to use him. I'm thinking about doing the two tight end system because we really don't have a solidified wide receiver three. So we could put him in the slot, but this is where it kind of like combats with each other because I want to keep Malik Neighbors in the slot. But I think it'd be our best interest to keep Malik Neighbors in the slot. But, we love our two tight ends, so we're still going to find a way to use Ross Barkley. Maybe this guy even plays fullback since we don't have one on the roster. And then we have Thomas Fadone and Chris Manhertz. Offensive line, we got Andrew Thomas, who, tackle is going to give up most of the sacks, so I kind of got to brush that off. And then at guard, we got John Runyon, who was one of the best offensive linemen in the league last year, only giving up 2 sacks. So, great season for John Runyon. We did bring in former Cowboy Lael Collins, kind of bring in players that have played for all the other teams in the NFC East. We got John Michael Schmitz Jr. back at center, Schlotman back at center. But our number one pick or first round pick in the draft was Derek Meredith, right guard out of UFC. He's an 83 overall hidden dev. He was the number one player in the draft. We did have to trade up with the Jets at pick 20 to take him. We had to give up a first round pick for next year, but he comes in and he's an instant starter. And I don't even remember who our right guard was last year. I think it was Evan Neal and Greg Van Rotten, and he is a major upgrade over both of those two. We brought in Calvin Throckmorton to mentor him and back him up. And then at right tackle, no more Eleanor. We have George Font, the veteran, and then we have Marcus Imbo going into his second season, and I would love to see Imbo get that starting job, but he will battle it out with George Font. On the defense, we have Kayvon Thibodeau, who we used as a rush D tackle to get all of our edge rushers on the field. Still got Golston. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, one of those rookies that had a breakout season, 16 TFLs, double-digit sacks, 78 tackles. Brian Burns did his thing. And then defensive tackle, you had Dexter Lawrence, who, from a nose tackle standpoint, 7 TFLs, 3 sacks, that's not bad at all. But the edge rushers were eating most of the sacks. You got Darius Alexander, one of those rookies again. He had a great rookie season with 5.5 sacks, 8 TFLs, almost 40 tackles. And then we drafted this guy, Emilio Espinoza, hidden dev, D tackle. Says he's a nose tackle at 6'1", 294. But he's also a speed rusher, a little bit of power rusher, so he can do all three. He's really balanced. And then we found this guy, Zach Goins, in free agency before preseason, star dev, undrafted rookie, just to add some more depth to the D lineman. And we brought back DJ Davidson. We drafted a Sam linebacker just to fill that position on the depth chart. Bobby Okereke. We brought in Sigun Alubi. And then Micah McFadden, he went up dev trait in season from a scenario. He is our will linebacker. Still have Darius Muasu, Zaire Barnes, and Chris Board. And then at corner, we did lose Cardell Flott free agency, but a big part of that not offering him a contract was we had Deontay Banks as our fourth corner last year. I think I picked up his 5th-year option because we want to see if he can. We want to evaluate him more. Paulson Adebo, Drew Phillips was our best cornerback last season. He had about 4 sacks. So we had him in the slot. We brought in Tre'Davious White because he beat us in the Super Bowl with the Bills. So he believes we can go back to the Super Bowl. So we bring him over. He joins the dark side. We still have Corey Black, Rico Payne, Art Green, and Nick Jones. At free safety, Javon Holland went up to superstar dev during the Super Bowl week. He had 74 tackles, 2 TFLs, half a sack, and 2 picks. And then at strong safety, we have Tyler Nubin. We brought in Ty Okada, who's a hard hitter. Go Hawks. And then we have another undrafted rookie safety. At kicker, we got Graham Gano, who I thought he missed the field goal to potentially send the Super Bowl in the overtime. He didn't even get a chance to kick. Maybe I could have hopped in, got a couple more yards. It was like 8 seconds left. I think we still had 2 timeouts or 1 timeout left. I should have probably hopped in, but want to see if they can get down there on their own. Got to midfield. I think they should at least kick the field goal or tried to kick it. You know, these kickers are kicking from 60, 70, 80, 100 yards now. They probably threw a Hail Mary, but that wasn't on Graham Gano. So we still have him on the roster. But Ben Sauls, who was on our practice squad last season, will compete with Graham Gano for the starting kicker job. Kickers matter. And we still have Jamie Gillen at punter. We do not have a long snapper. So we are going to go find a long snapper, and there is none in free agency. Training camp, I haven't been really doing this, but we are going to do the pocket presence with Jackson Dart, see if I can get a gold medal, see if I can go up, star depth trade, because I feel like he should have one. So we get our first bullseye. They want me to keep throwing the triangle. The triangle must be Malik Neighbors. Another bullseye. Oh, what was that, Jackson? Oh, we get sacked. And I think because of that sack, we're not going to be able to get gold. We might be able to get silver. Probably won't even get that. And we're going to have to hit this last throw on target. And yeah, we only get bronze. So I'm not going to cheat the system. We're going to take our bronze. That sack hurt us. But we're going to get through preseason. And hopefully we have no injuries. We did bench a couple of guys. No Brian Burns will be playing. Scatterboo's going to have a limited role. Abdul Carter. But we got the Colts, the Manning Bowl here in the preseason. Shout out to Eli and Peyton. And we win the first preseason game. To go, not to go 29-20, but we win 29-20. Jackson Dart, 3 of 5. And then Jameis came in, doing Jameis things, throwing 2 interceptions, got sacked 3 times. But that is why he is our backup. Devin Singletary, who's our third running back, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Tyron Tracy, 37, and a touchdown. Ridley, 7 catches, 103, battling for that wide receiver 3 role in the slot. We had Lazard, had a 27-yard bomb. Espinoza, the rookie defensive tackle. So another set of rookies showing out here in preseason. Graham Gano, 3 for 3. Not a bad start to the preseason. So we are going to go in the depth chart. Espinoza will now, or Ridley, excuse me, will be our wide receiver 3. And then we're going to go at Collins. And then tight end straight. And then Embo is going to start at right tackle. And then I think the only other position will go Goins over Davidson. And then middle will go Barnes. Corner is pretty much set. Free safety will go Michael Wilson. And then kicker, we will go with Sauls. Second preseason game, who are we playing? The Cleveland Browns. Can we get a win on the road? And we do. We are undefeated in the preseason, 24-10, dominating just like we did the regular season and the playoffs last year. And Jackson Dart, 6 of 11. Daniel Jones, the former Giant. Scatterboo got in. Tracy, Jameis, we had a touchdown for Ridley. Ridley's having a great preseason. He looks like he's going to be our wide receiver 3. He's even out playing the rookie tight end. Micah McFadden with 2 sacks. Chauncey Golston. Kayvon Thibodeau. We had a pick for Micah McFadden and Okereke, the 2 linebackers. And no field goals from the rookie kicker. Now, the final preseason game, we are going to go with Jameis and Tyrod Taylor. Let's bench Scatterboo. Let's go with Ridley. Let's go with Hyatt. Let's go with Ryan Miller. And let's go with Javon Baker. We're going to go with Embo. D tackle is okay. Corner is okay. And then we'll go back with Ty Okada. No, we'll go with Contreras. And then that's fine. And then kicker, we will keep Sauls in because I don't think he even attempted one the last game. Let's see if he'll attempt a field goal at least in this final preseason game against the LA Chargers. And we lose. Go 2-1 in the preseason, 20-30. And Tyrod Taylor did throw a touchdown. And Jameis, they threw a lot of picks. Do we cut Jameis and go with Tyrod Taylor as the backup quarterback? If we have enough room to have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, we will keep 3 because Jameis is a big part of the locker room. Like I said, he can make us guys laugh in the locker room. Ridley is going to be wide receiver 3. He outplayed Jalen Hyatt. He outplayed Alan Lazard, who did have a touchdown. The rookie tight end, though, did have a touchdown. Abdul Carter, Darius Alexander. We had a pick for Zaire Barnes, and 2 of 3 made a 56-yarder, but he did miss one. So he did miss one. Yeah, Jameis threw 3 picks. Might need to cut him. Tyron Tracy, all the running backs were great. Ridley was great. Jalen Hyatt had 5 catches, 76 yards, but Alan Lazard had the touchdown. Cambray was good. Slayton, Bo Collins, Theo Johnson, Badone. So I think Ridley is going to be wide receiver 3, Lazard 4, Jalen Hyatt 5, maybe a cut candidate. And then O-line, Embo and Fant both gave up a sack, so we might as well go with Embo. And then defensively, I think we pretty much know who our starters are going to be. And then kicking, Graham Gano is going to win the job. Now, the Ben Sauls did make the longer field goal. Now, Graham Gano did miss an extra pointer. He did miss an extra pointer. Who has... It's tough. This is tough. So, look at the kickers. Kick power is about the same. Accuracy about the same. We'll move him to the practice squad again. We'll keep Jameis for now. Receivers. So, I think Baker can go to the practice squad. Gonna keep Lazard. Hyatt, we do save like about $1 million if he is cut. But I think having him on the team at least as like a special teamer is valuable. Cambray, Ryan Miller may get cut. And I think he will. Let me do that. Yeah, but Ryan Miller will be released. And then I think Collins goes back on the practice squad. And then Cambray will make the team. Manhurts is basically our fullback. We have our O-line. We have our edge rushers. Caleb Murphy can be released. D tackles, we are set. Sam linebacker. Who is this middle linebacker that I did not sign? So the game must have signed him themselves. But Chris Board, he's been buried on the depth chart. We save about $3 million almost, so he will be released. And then at corner, I like Art Green as a return guy because of the speed. We will move Rico Patton to the practice squad, and we will also release probably Nick Jones. Actually, yeah, we'll release Nick Jones. How many more people do we have to cut? 4. We'll move the two rookie safeties to the practice squad, and we still have to cut two people. Art Green has a lot of speed on him. I didn't sign this guy. I don't think it's fair to just, come in and gonna move you to the practice squad. And that leaves us with just one person remaining to be cut. And because we have the four tight ends, I think Cambray will go to the practice squad, or do we just cut Eric Gray? I think I'd rather just cut Eric Gray. And that is the final team going into the regular season. We are going to upgrade our players, get them ready. We'll go Jackson Dart, and we will go with Field General. Keep him a scheme fit. He's up to an 85, and he's developing. Even with just the normal dev trait, he is developing really at a good rate. And Abdul Carter, try to keep him a little bit more balanced up the power rush. He's a superstar X factor, by the way. Embo, who's going to be starting this season. Let's try to get him agile, scheme fit. And then our rookie D tackle, try to make him a speed rusher. I mean, he's 294, 6'2", man. He's a speed rusher. He's not no nose tackle. So I'll upgrade the rest of the guys, and let's set up the depth chart with Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, Tyrod Taylor, Scatterboo, Singletary, Tracy. Fullback will be Manhurts, Barkley, and Fedon, all the tight ends. And then receivers, Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, the rookie Ridley, and we're going to go Lazard and Jalen Hyatt, who just couldn't win the job. Couldn't even beat Alan Lazard out. So we will go with that. And then Cambray, and then Theo Johnson, Barkley, Fedon, Thomas, Font, John Runyon, Kynes, John Michael Smith, Meredith, who's a big upgrade, and Embo, George Font, Kayvon Thibodeau. It'll be Abdul Carter, actually. So, excuse me, on the right, we're going to do what we did last season. Brian Burns, and then we're going to go with Carter, and then Kayvon Thibodeau. He's going to be a part of our rush D tackle. Gonna go with Lawrence, Alexander, the rookie Espinoza, Sam Martin, Barnes, Lobe, Moasu, and then at corner, we're gonna go Drew Phillips, but he's still gonna play in the slot. Free safety will be Javon Holland, and then strong safety will be Tyler Nubin. We don't have a long snapper, so it will be. We'll go with probably Fedon. Stupid that we can't do the right tackles. I would do George Font. We'll go with Fedon, Barkley, and probably Throckmorton. Yeah, kick return will be Ridley, Tyron Tracy, Deontay Banks, Cambray, and Black. And then punt return will be Jalen Hyatt. And we'll go Deontay Banks. Kickoff start will be Graham Gano. Third down back will be Tyron Tracy. But I think this year we're just going to go full on Scatterboo. And then power back will be Scatterboo. Gadget. I do want to put let's go Malik Neighbors up here with Ridley and Slayton. Just do all the receivers. Left edge will be Abdul Carter with Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. And then right side will be Brian Burns with Kayvon Thibodeau and Abdul Carter. Rush D tackle will be Kayvon Thibodeau, Alexander Espinoza, and then nose tackle, of course, will be Dexter Lawrence with Alexander And I could go Goins, but we'll do Espinoza because he was a nose tackle archetype, even at his size. You know, Okereke, McFadden, and Muasu. And in slot corner, we will still go with Drew Phillips because he did have the 4 picks. And then we'll go with Paulson Adebo and Deontay Banks. And if we have any team captain slots available, we will throw one out. So we do have one. So let's see who is deserving of a team captain slot. Now, Darius Slayton's already won, so we're not going to do 2 receivers with Malik Neighbors. I'm not going to take it away from Darius Slayton. We gave one to Andrew Thomas, I think, last season. Anybody on the defense? Not going to give one to McFadden. Kirike already has one. Maybe Drew Phillips. Tre'Davious White is a newcomer. I think we go Javon Holland. He's a superstar dev now, and he will help lead the secondary. So we need somebody back there. We kind of have our linebackers, our D line, our O line, skill groups. So we'll advance the week. We're going to kick off the season against the Rams on Sunday Night Football. And looking at the draft class for this season, there's a quarterback, there's some receivers, and we still could probably use a receiver. I mean, Darius Slayton, 2 more years left on his contract. We don't know how this rookie wide receiver Ridley's going to play out. Jalen Hyatt isn't working out. Lazard is on a 1-year deal, so we can still get some help at receiver. And we'll take one more look at the team before we start. And the G-Men, I think, are back. You know, making it to the Super Bowl with what we had last year. And, you know, we didn't spend our money in free agency. We kept our money, and we just added a couple more players in the draft. You know, losing Cardale Flott and Wan'Dale Robinson is going to hurt. But all the guys that we have, all of our rookies and young guys, just continuing to get better, continuing to develop. I think if that was the floor last year, making it to the Super Bowl, our ceiling is going to be so high, you know, especially with the new dev traits, you know, Malik Neighbors and Scatterboo both going up dev trait. Jackson Dart, even at a normal dev, he's still at 85 overall. We got better at right guard. Everybody else has a higher rate in development. And then, you know, getting a defensive tackle 3, McFadden with a new dev trait, Carter with a new dev trait, Javon Holland with a new dev trait. So adding Tre'Davious White, I think this team is going to be good. We should be able to be even better than we were last year. We're 83 overall, 85 offense, 81 defense. Prime time Sunday Night Football game going on the road in SoFi Stadium against the Rams. Can we pick up where we left off last season? We start 0-1, 27-14. And what happened? 3 touchdowns for Stafford. Scatterboo, Jackson Dart, both running. Keenan Allen and Xavier Legette with Puka Nacua, huh? Imbo, his first start, giving up 2 sacks. But Abdul Carter, Micah McFadden, Brian Burns, we did get some pressure. No field goals made, a punt inside the 20. And did I do my slot receiver thing? Did I put Malik Neighbors there? I think I might have forgot. Oh, boy, that's where I messed up. My bad. So Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton. That's why we lost the first game. How did I skip over that position? I did all the other ones. So that's my bad. Another road game against the Arizona Cardinals. Can we get the win? We should win this one now that my depth chart is how it should have been for week 1. And we win the second game. 20-10. We ran it. We passed it. We did turn the ball over once. It was 1 interception, but look what we did to this rookie quarterback. 5 sacks, no touchdowns. Jackson Dart running the ball. He's our running back too, basically. We're not even using Tyron Tracy. We have to throw him on the trade block. But look at that. Put Malik Neighbors back in the slot. 5 catches, 96, touchdown. 2.5 sacks for Abdul Carter. A sack for Brian Burns. Have a sack for the rookie Sam linebacker Martin Okereke, Kayvon Thibodeau. 2 for 2 for Graham Gano. And we are 1-1. We have a Monday night primetime TV game against the Tennessee Titans. I think that's the team that Wan'Dale Robinson left us for in free agency. So this is the Wan'Dale Robinson revenge game. And we'll see if we can get the win. And we lose. First home game of the season, 24-20. We shut their running game down. They shut our passing game down. And it was a close one. You know, Cam Ward and Jackson Dart, both in their second year. Cam Ward got the better of us in that game. And Scatterboo, 107, 2 touchdowns. And Wan'Dale Robinson did have a rushing touchdown against us. So he got his revenge. He also had 4 catches, 51 yards. He knows our playbook. So he gave them some insight on our playbook. Brian Burns with 2 sacks. Graham Gano, 2 for 2. And we are 1-2. We played the Colts in the preseason. We beat them in the preseason. We have a Sunday night game against them. We made the Super Bowl last year, so now Roger Goodell's like, okay, y'all are going to be in the spotlight. Y'all got to get every TV game. We are now 2-2, 24-21. Kind of an up-down start to the season. But our defense getting 3 turnovers. 123 for Scatterboo. Tyron Tracy, love seeing him being used more. And Jackson Dart running a lot more this season. Please don't get hurt. 6 catches, 82, and 2 touchdowns for Malik. And then we had a sack and a half for Abdul Carter. We're using the Sam linebacker, Drew Phillips, with a half a sack, and then a pick for Okereke, a pick for Deontay Banks. This is a very important season for him to prove that he can be our corner 2, corner 3, maybe even corner 1. Now we have the San Francisco 49ers at home. We haven't won a home game yet, unless that game against the Colts was at home. I think it was on the road, though. And we just can't win 2 games in a row yet. 20-17. We are struggling a little bit. Yeah, we haven't won at home. And we're running with Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. Theo Johnson with a couple of catches. We're getting pressure. And Graham Gano missing 2 field goals. That's 6 points. And we lost by 3. So we could have won that game. We have another TV game, division game against the Cowboys. Bo Cummings, 6'4", 233. Love the name. They have us picking at. We traded our pick to the Jets. So we would have been. They have 3 picks, bruh. 15, 16, and 21 in the mock. One of those picks is ours because we traded up to get that guard. 2-3 Cowboys, 2-3 Giants. Sunday night football game right before the bye week. Don't know how the Eagles and the Commanders are doing. And we win. So, yeah, it's like we win 1, we lose 1, we win 1, we lose 1. 24-14. Love picking up the W before the bye week. We did give up a lot of passing yards to Dak Prescott with 335. But Scatterboo averaging almost 90 yards a game, just like he was doing last season. We could not stop CeeDee Lamb. They could not stop Malik Neighbors. Sack for Kayvon Thibodeau, sack for Golston, half a sack for Micah McFadden and Abdul Carter. Graham Gano making his field goals this time around. And we are at the bye week. We are going to look at player contracts that are up. Kayvon Thibodeau is a tough one because we have Abdul Carter. We have Brian Burns. We've been using Kayvon Thibodeau as like that rush D tackle. So I'm going to wait to see. I mean, with Abdul Carter on a rookie deal, we can afford to pay Kayvon Thibodeau. So, but I want to wait and see because if this season doesn't go well, we could probably trade him. You know, don't know if we're going to make the playoffs or not. Bobby Okereke has been really good. He is 30, so I kind of want to wait for him too. Devin Singletary is our 3rd running back. John Runyon, if he continues to play well, We will bring him back, and looks like we don't have a lot of guys to bring back, and we have a lot of cap room. So I think we're gonna wait on all these guys. We're gonna decline Malik Neighbors and just pay him whatever the hell he wants. But yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait on Kayvon Thibodeau. We can pay it though. So all these guys will wait to see at the end of the season. Okereke also. So yeah, we'll wait on all those guys. We'll upgrade everybody though. And I mean, looking at our rankings, we're fourth in rushing and fourth in stopping the run. We just got to get with the passing yards, get that going. Another Sunday night game. They love putting us on Sunday nights. Got the Bears this time. They're 5-2, looking to be a top team in the NFC this season. And we finally win 2 games in a row, 28-14. And we ran the ball, no turnovers, 1 touchdown for Jackson Dart, 3 touchdowns, the hat trick for Cam Scatterboo. And receiving, we have Malik Neighbors. And I think it's been all Malik Neighbors at receiver. We're not really seeing much from Darius Slayton. We're not seeing much from the rookie Ridley, even the backup tight end. You got half a sack for Tyler Nubin, half a sack for Abdul Carter, pick for Micah McFadden, who I think is leading the team in interceptions. He's looking to get a new contract. We got the Baltimore Ravens. We have to go on the road. Looking at our division, because I haven't been looking at it, we are second in the division, 6th seed right now in the NFC. Eagles #1 at 6-2, and they currently have the #1 seed also. So if we can win the division, we can potentially win the #1 seed. And then looking at Scatterboo, he's top 3 in rushing yards. Another TV game Monday night this time on the road against the 5-2 Baltimore Ravens. And we have won 3 games in a row. 23-21. We win a very, 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 very close game against Lamar and the Ravens. We outrushed them up 20-7 at the half. Lamar did throw 3 touchdowns, but we sacked them 4 times. Scatterboo, another 100-yard game, outrushing Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson combined. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. We just bullied Emory Jones with Darius Alexander and Dexter Lawrence. Pick for Drew Phillips, 3 for 3 for Graham Gano. Hasn't missed a field goal since costing us that one game where he missed 2. And we're 5-3. We got the Houston Texans at 3-5. We are at the midseason mark, so I'm going to upgrade the players again, see if we have any dev traits revealed. And I mean, Scatterboo, we just keep going in the power back, just keep increasing his overall. Dude's a beast. A little wrecking ball. Meredith, our right guard. And I do see an abilities tab. Superstar dev guard. Let's go. Let's go. Now we do know our guard is a superstar, so that is a win with that draft pick. It was worth trading our first round pick this year to move up in the draft to get him. And then I think our D tackle, he hasn't been revealed yet, and I don't think we had any other hidden devs. The receiver and the tight end, they were normal, so yeah. See if we can beat the Texans on the road, go to 4 straight wins, get hot at the right time, make the postseason again, win the division, see if we can go on a run back to the Super Bowl. We want to get back there. But we lose to the Houston Texans 27-24. We lose by a field goal. I hope it didn't come down to a field goal, and it did in overtime. Not scoring any points in the third quarter is what cost us that game. And CJ Stroud, 3 touchdowns, no picks. 2 touchdowns for Scatterboo, 80 yards rushing. Malik Neighbors, not putting up the numbers he was putting up last season. Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Ubi Abdul Carter. I do want to check to see if they may have tweak my depth chart a little bit. We do have a linebacker breakout because they are good to do it. You always want to make sure you check, make sure they didn't move things around. So everything looks the same so far. Slot receiver, edge should be Carter, should be Brian Burns, should be Kayvon Thibodeau, should be nose tackle Dexter Lawrence. We have everything. Everything is right. So we're not gonna look at mock draft 2 because we don't have a first round pick. That would be cool though if they added a feature where they do the mock draft for the other rounds because rounds 2 through 7 they matter too, right? What? Sengun Alubi, who we signed in the preseason as a backup middle linebacker. Did it say he just got starred, Ev? What? For nothing? Did he just get starred, Ev? I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. Division game against the Commanders. We are 5-4. They're 2-8. We need to beat the easier teams when we have them, and we do. Take care of business. We go to 6-4, 24-17, one possession game, but a win is a win. We outrushed them. We shut the run game down. That is that old school football style that I love to play. Scatterboo, man. 100 yards a game. He is really keeping it 100. Malik Neighbors, 2 touchdowns. He's not really getting the yards, but he is getting the touchdowns. Trying to break that record. Graham Gano making his field goals. Those 2 field goals that he missed in that one game may be the only field goals that he misses all season. And yeah, I was going to put Alubi in. Still got that star dev, still got the 4,500 XP, and we have found a backup and a linebacker with potential. Now we got the Jaguars at home. Need to go to 7-4. I feel more comfortable being 7-4. I just want to get back to the playoffs, and we're not going to do that by losing these games at home. We have not been a good home team this season. How many games at home have we won? I think we've only won 2. 23-29, another overtime loss. We cannot close out these games, and they shut down Cam Scatterboo. Only had 39 rushing yards. Darius Slayton finally has a good game. Brian Burns with 2 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau with 2 sacks. A sack for Chauncey Golston. 3 for 3 and a 57-yarder for Graham Gano. And we have a D-line breakout. We have an injury. For Brian Burns, let's go with medium goal. Focus players, even though we do not have a first round pick and we may be picking, late in the second round, I do think we need help at receiver. So we are going to go with, we might need help at offensive line as well, like a right tackle. What else do we need? Maybe corner. Yeah, so we'll go corner. And we'll go with receiver. We do have an injury, and it's Andrew Thomas, man. So we have Hudson, we have Font. I'm going to go with Font. But that sucks, losing our best offensive lineman. And we have the Eagles who are 8-4. This could be for the division. We need to win this game. We'd be 1 game behind them. If we do, we'd be a couple games behind them if we don't win this game. Let's go Jackson Dart. And let's go with Scrambler. He's been scrambling a lot this season. we can't beat the Eagles. 41-18, bro. They dropped 40 on our heads. They've been stopping Scatterboo, so they must have figured out the formula. Jalen Hurts with 5 touchdowns. Scatterboo with 60. We may need some help in the secondary. 4 touchdowns for Devontae Smith. Theo Johnson had a great game with 70 yards receiving. A sack and a half for Brian Burns. Reed Blankenship with a pick. Graham Gano does miss a field goal. I believe it was not blocked. He just straight up missed it. But the D-line breakout, I think Brian Burns may have gotten it. He had a sack and a half. And I guess he didn't get it. Probably will get some XP. He still has superstar development. That's fine. Probably will be an X factor by the end of the year. We have the Seahawks. We're back at 500. Back in another TV game. Looking at the division, we are still the 6th seed in the NFC. Cowboys right behind us at the 9th seed. So we need to continue to win these games. Man, 24-10. So we're not as hot as we were last season. Couldn't stop JSN. Best receiver in the league. Abdul Carter with 2 sacks. And Graham Gano. Come on, man. It was blocked this time, but come on. We're now 6-7. We are still, we're not in the playoffs. Cowboys take our spot at 6. Who's number 7? Seattle, who we just lost to. So these games are all important. We got Carolina, who are 8-5, top team in the NFC. So we got to start winning these games. Now, let's see if they messed up our depth chart, because I feel like we are losing for some weird reason. We're losing these games. I think we'll probably go with Alan Lazard, wide receiver 3. Let's make a change somewhere. Everything looks the same. Why would they take Malik Neighbors out of the slot, man? Knew it was something. My offense was starting to slow down. So we should start winning some of these games. I know I didn't have him in the slot week 1, and then we lost that game. Watch, I put him back in the slot and we win. Leave my depth chart alone. 20-14. We beat the Panthers, and that's a big win right there. 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. I was wondering why he wasn't playing that well. Malik Neighbors instantly. 3 touchdowns, 7 catches, 116 yards. They were trying to feed Darius Slayton. No, we need to feed Malik Neighbors. That's how you win these games nowadays. You just throw it to your best receiver. You see the Jamar Chases, the JSNs, the Puka Nakulas. You just throw it to them. Get them all the targets. 2-12 Commanders at the bottom of our division. We are the 6th seed again. We got to watch out for Seattle and Dallas. We lost to both of them. We have the same record as them, but for some reason we hold a tiebreaker. We got to watch out for Chicago, who's 7-7. Lions 6-8, not far behind. Arizona 8-6. Carolina 8-6. This is going to be a close playoff race. So we need to win every game from here on out. Got the Commanders. I don't trust this game. Could be a trap game, so we are going to make sure we are at full strength. We'll upgrade the players. Alubi getting all the points. So see if we can beat the Commanders on the road. We've been better on the road than we are at home. And we win. 34-28. We got to keep Malik Neighbors in the slot. We got to. I thought that game was in overtime, but it wasn't. 2 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. 2 touchdowns for Scatterboo. 2 touchdowns for Malik Neighbors. So 2 touchdowns for all of our superstar players on offense. And then Alexander, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Drew Phillips, Michael McFadden, Paul Sardio, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter. Everybody on defense. All of our star players on defense. Graham Gano misses a field goal. We're at 2 straight wins. We lost to the Eagles the first time. If we want any chance at winning the division, we have to win this game. I know we're at home. We haven't been a good home team all season, but we could solidify a winning season, getting 9 wins. But we got to win this game. We have to win this game if we want to win the NFC East title, and we lose. Congrats to the Eagles. They are going to be the division winners. But we can sneak into the wild card. 23-35. We just couldn't outscore them in the fourth quarter. We couldn't stop the run either. Couldn't stop Saquon Barkley. Malik Neighbors fumbled because Devontae Smith had 4 touchdowns against us the first time, and then he had 3. So we have no answer in coverage for Devontae Smith. And that may be a focus in the offseason. We may have to get better corners. Deontay Banks, his first pick of the season. Graham Gano misses a field goal. And it's going to come down to the last game of the season against the Cowboys. I think the winner gets in. We are the last seed right now. They're 10th. So, yeah, winner will be second in the division and probably the 7th seed. The Bears have the 9th seed. So, the Lions, 49ers, Seattle has meltdown. The Cardinals are sneaking in. Saints could get in. Panthers could get in. We just have to win. We just basically have to win. So let's go Malik Neighbors. Let's make him back a playmaker, scheme fit, or try to. And Alubi, man, he is just developing since getting his start there. Definitely earned himself a new contract. I just want to make sure the depth chart is Malik Neighbors gets a new ability. Make sure the depth chart is not screwed up. Yep, Malik is in the slot. So we win this game, we're in. We lose, we're gonna be out. Because yeah, we're out. Unless Dallas moves up to like 6 with Arizona and we get the 7th. So we would need Arizona, San Fran to lose, Lions to lose, Bears to lose, Saints to lose. Just take care of business and win. I think I'm going to go back here and we're in year 4. So if I give Kayvon Thibodeau 3 years, we won't have to pay Abdul Carter. So Bobby Okereke. We're still going to wait. I'm going to wait till the offseason. Beat the Cowgirls. Get in the playoffs. Let's go, G-Man. Do we want to go back to the Super Bowl in year 2 or have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl in year 2? The Eagles already won a division. We don't care about the division right now. We win and we're in. 2 straight playoff appearances. We're going to have to go on the road, though. And I'm comfortable with that. We played better on the road this season. So I'm very comfortable with going on the road. So most important thing is we are back in the dance. We're in the playoffs. Split the season series with the Cowboys. And Jackson Dirt, 250, 3 touchdowns. We picked off Dak a couple of times, sacked him a couple of times. Tyron Tracy with the 2 touchdowns. And then Scatterboo with the yards. Receiving Darius Slayton, who had a great season, but he showed up in the big game when we needed him the most. And then Scatterboo didn't get the rushing touchdowns like Tracy, but he got the receiving touchdowns, showing that he can be a third down back. Abdul Carter with 2 sacks. Brian Burns with the sack. A pick for Tyler Nubin, a pick for Paulson Adebo. I think that's their first of the season. So everybody who really didn't show up too much most of the regular season, they show up in the final game of the season. And looking at our stats, we were 15th offense, 23rd secondary, or passing. We were 23 secondary, 23 in stopping the run, 21st defense. So really defense is our problem, and then our passing yards. But they kept taking Malik. We don't have other receivers outside of Malik Neighbors, so it makes sense. It makes sense. And we're middle of the road when it comes to scoring. But looking at the top performers, yeah, Burrow, Tyler Shuff, damn near throwing 5,000 yards. Mahomes, Scatterboo, Genty Barkley, Jamar Chase, Rasheed Rice, Chris Olave, Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Hines Allen, Arnold Ebiketie, Steele, Turner, Smith, Toto, Ellis, and Jordan Brooks. Looking at our stats, Jackson Dart, about 3,500 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So cutting down on the interceptions, love it. Passing touchdowns, little underwhelming, but once again, we only have Malik Neighbors to throw the ball to. We got to get him some more weapons. And then the sacks were lower. His quarterback rated 93.7, average 207.5 passing yards a game, 62 completion percentage. So not a bad season from Jackson Dart. Scatterboo, 1,400 yards again. Think he got a couple, like 30 yards more. Average 4.9, 16 touchdowns again. He has 32 rushing touchdowns in 2 seasons. He did fumble once. 5 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. So that's 28 touchdowns and then about 3,800 yards from scrimmage. And then 2 touchdowns for Tracy. Receiving, 1,000 yards, 67 catches for Malik Neighbors, 17 touchdowns. So he has, 40 touchdowns in 2 seasons. Darius Slayton, 80 catches, almost 900 receiving yards, but just 2 touchdowns. Theo Johnson, no touchdowns on the season. Disappointing when you're 6'6", 264. Devontae Ridley did not have a touchdown in his rookie year. Alan Lazard didn't have a touchdown. So we really need help at receiver. Got to get Malik Neighbors some help. Wandale Robinson, keeping him would have been great. Mbu, first year to get under 10 sacks from the tackle position, great. John Michael Smith, terrible from the center position. John Ryan, decent season. Andrew Thomas did get hurt, but under 10, Pro Bowl type year. Meredith, Pro Bowl type year for a rookie. Should be an All-Pro as a rookie. George Font came in, only gave up 2. Then the backups didn't give up any. Bobby Okereke, 147, 6.5 or 6 TFLs, a sack and a half, a pick. Drew Phillips, over 123 tackles, 3 TFLs, a sack and a pick. He continues to get better. Micah McFadden, I could have sworn he had more picks than that. Javon Holland, Daniel Mateen Catton, didn't do anything. Tyler Nubin, I don't want to base everything off of interceptions, but Tyler Nubin got a pick. Adebo got a pick. They got it in that final game. Abdul Carter, 16 TFLs, 12.5 sacks. Brian Burns, 10 TFLs, 13 sacks. Great year for Alubi. 2 picks for Deontay Banks. We picked up his 5th-year option. Look at this. From the Sam linebacker position, we don't really use it, but I think we have 4-3 formations, so it makes sense. So we probably do need to keep a Sam linebacker on the roster. 54 tackles, 3 TFLs, 3 sacks. Could be defensive rookie of the year with those numbers. 7 sacks from Kayvon Thibodeau from the inside. Remember, he's not playing on the edge. We moved him inside. That's actually really good. And then Dexter Lawrence, 8 TFLs, 2.5. Darius Alexander was a little bit better. And then 3 sacks for Golston as a backup. That's really good. So not a lot of interceptions and then deflections. 10 for Bobby Okereke, 9 from Tyler Nubin from the strong safety position. 4 fumbles, Tyler Nubin, Javon Holland, Dexter Lawrence, and Bo Braid. We had 2 blocks from Javon Holland and Bo Braid. So Bo Braid being a great special teamer. Kicking, 1 field goal was blocked. We did not miss the extra pointer, and he missed 6. So he really only missed 5. Punting inside the 20 11 times, long as 64. He averaged 48.9. And then no special teams touchdowns. Yearly awards MVP is probably Joe Burrow. He threw for 5,000 passing yards. So, coach of the year, Browns coach, Brian Daboll at number 7. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Devontae Smith. He scored. He might have broken the record. I got to see what his stats was because he had 7 touchdowns in the 2 games against us this season. And then Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. We have Abdul Carter at number 5. Offensive Rookie goes to the Cardinals. We had Ridley at 10. Defensive Rookie is going to go to the Saints. We had Martin at 6. Best QB goes to Jalen Hurts. Jackson Dart at 9. Best running back, Scatterboo, back-to-back years, best running back in the league. With 32 touchdowns in the last 2 years, he's going up X Factor. Receiver, Devontae Smith. We have Malik Neighbors getting snubbed again. I think he won it last year. Yeah, I think he won it last year. He came second in Offensive Player of the Year. But Devontae Smith had a hell of a year. So we had the best offensive lineman. Let's go. Our superstar dev, first round pick guard. That's what I'm talking about. Offensive line matters. And I wish he could go up X Factor. But he's on the O-line. D lineman, we got Aiden Hutchinson, Abdul Carter at 5, Brian Burns at 9. Linebacker goes to Tremaine Edmonds. No Giants DB. Garrett Williams of the Cardinals, no Giants. Best kicker, Joey Slye of the Falcons, no Giants. But Scatterboo, best running back in the league again. Jackson Dart, we are going to do Scrambler with the 5 rushing touchdowns this season. We want to keep him running, keep him healthy. Emilio Espinoza, don't know what his dev trait was. Probably still don't know because he's been in a limited role with maybe letting go of Kayvon Thibodeau might be the right thing to get our young defensive tackle Espinoza on the field. But I think we found a role for Abdul Carter that we like. So looking at the playoff bracket, Eagles got the number 1 seed, Broncos got the number 1 seed, and we are the 6th seed. So the playoffs go through Philly, and they swept us. But I do want to see Devontae Smith. Just 18 touchdowns, okay. Check on that depth chart. Make sure that Malik is in the slot, which he is. And we have to go on the road. I mean, the Rams have the 4th passing. We have the 23rd. So they have that advantage over us. They do have Stafford, that dude at receiver. Still got Puka Nacua. So they have a better overall. They have the same offense, and they have a better defense. So only a point better than overall in defense. So one more win. They're like 1 point better than us in everything. So we have a chance. We have a chance. We've been here before. We have playoff experience. We're the reigning defending NFC champions. And we're going to get bounced out in the first round. 20-17. Brian Daboll keeps his job. We shut the running game down. We ran it, and it was just too many turnovers. A pick from Jackson Dart. We didn't even get sacked. Offensive line played their part. Scatterboo ran the ball. Malik Neighbors did his thing. We held Puka Nacua to just 4 catches. Sack and a half for Abdul Carter. A sack for Kayvon Thibodeau with 2 TFLs. We'll give him a new contract. But our season is going to end there. We have a weekly award winner going to Abdul Carter. Forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and we still lost that game. Chauncey Golston had a great season with 3 sacks. Brian Daboll is going to stay another season. But now it's time to get to the offseason where, I mean, for us to not make any moves in free agency, save our money, draft a couple of players, keep most of the roster together, and for us to get back to the playoffs, if we can make some splashes in free agency and have another great draft, I think we'll be back in the playoffs, of course, and probably make the Super Bowl again. But Scatterboo is a Pro Bowler. He should be an X Factor now. Malik Neighbors, Pro Bowl. I thought that was Theo Johnson. That's Jawan Johnson. Another Johnson, Paris Johnson. Our rookie guard got snubbed. How does he win Offensive Lineman of the Year and then not make the Pro Bowl? Like how? Or is his name Booker? I don't think his name is Booker, right? It's Meredith. Yeah, how does he not make the Pro Bowl? Who's voting? They hating on us, man. Abdul Carter is going to make the Pro Bowl. Probably going to make the thumbnail, actually. We should have had Sam linebacker. We're not going to have any corners. Not going to have any safeties. No special teamers. So Malik Neighbors, Scatterboo. We should have had the guard. But the Eagles make the Super Bowl, so we are going to be rooting for the Browns. 3 points for Meredith. We're just going to do all power. Offensive lineman of the year. Snubbed in the Pro Bowl. But we have our guard. We have our franchise guard. Big reason of why Scatterboo was able to run for 1,400 rushing yards again, back-to-back seasons. And Cam Scatterboo is an X factor. See if we have any depth trait upgrades. Scatterboo we saw is an X factor. Meredith came out as a superstar. And then on the defense, man, Dexter Lawrence has gone down every season. Went from an X factor, he was our only X factor, went down superstar last year, and now he is just a star dev. So Sexy Dexy starting to regress in dev trait. Still 28, still one of the best, probably the best nose tackle in the league, but he hasn't been getting the sack numbers. It's been going mainly to the edge rushers. So I see why. I mean, it's fair. It's fair, but if he can hold his rating, not really worried about the depth trait. Brian Burns stays superstar, probably had a chance to go X Factor, and then everybody. Javon Holland loses his superstar dev after just one season, after we just named him team captain. So a down year for the G-men. And looking at our rankings, we were top 5 rushing, 15th offense, top 5 and stopping the run still, but our secondary and our defense giving up points, and our passing yards not where it was last season. But going for the Browns in the Super Bowl, we don't want to see the Eagles win it because we have to deal with that within our division. And the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Shouldn't they have? Okay, they won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles. They won a Super Bowl with the Jalen Hurts team, so that should be their third ring, not their second one. But they beat the Browns 24-21. Zach Bond is your Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow, NFL MVP. They did have the Coach of the Year. Jamar Chase is your Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Rookie quarterback for the Dolphins, Enrique Bo, is your Rookie of the Year for the offense. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Saints, defensive tackle Brody Petty. Mock draft 4, not going to look at it. We are going to look at some of the prospects that we focused scouting on. I think it was 2 wide receivers. And Dakota Williams is a top 5 prospect in the slot. I'm not going to put him on the list. I'm not going to hard him because if I do, he's going to get taken. And I think we did a corner. We did. Sheffield. He's a round 1 talent. So I got to find a way to get both of those dudes. We don't have a first round pick. We shouldn't have any retirements because our roster is probably average. Our average is probably like 25 years of age. We do lose La'el Collins, Chris Manhurst, Tyrod Taylor, and we do lose Graham Gano. So we are going to need a kicker. We do have one on the practice squad already. But now it's time to see if we're going to bring back Kayvon Thibodeau at edge. And I think I will. With Abdul Carter on a rookie contract, us only going 5 years, I'm going to take advantage of that. If we were going longer than that, no, it would be not smart. It wouldn't be smart to pay Kayvon Thibodeau when you know we have Brian Burns on a contract, then you have to eventually pay Abdul Carter, who's an X factor too. So I think with Kayvon Thibodeau, first Malik Neighbors, I'm gonna decline the 5th year option because we're just gonna pay him whatever the hell he wants. He's gonna get a bag. Kayvon Thibodeau, I think we could do 3 years, up the bonus. It's not bad. We're gonna keep this team together, keep this young team together. He had 7 sacks. We don't need Zach Goins. Bobby Okereke, what did he do last season? I think that warrants a new contract. I mean, I would do the 2-year deal. I'll up the money, 7 and 5, and he wants to leave. Maybe a franchise tag can. I mean, 20 million for 1 year. We might have to do that. Devin Singletary can go. John Runyon, he was decent. So I think John Runyon for another year. He's been blocking really good, really well. So we keep him. Trey White really didn't get on the field last season. John Michael Smith had a bad year, so I'm willing to move on from him. Alubi, he's getting a deal. Went up dev trait. He's our backup middle linebacker, and we could go with him as the starter over Okereke. And I think instead of giving Okereke 20 million, he's 31. 20 million for 1 year. We have the money, but I want to see if he can test it. If there isn't a better, um, why would I franchise tag Malik Neighbors? We're just gonna pay him. Yeah, if there isn't a better middle linebacker for agency, we will offer Bobby Okereke a contract, but not giving him 20 million at 30. I mean, we do have a Super Bowl roster. We know we can make it, but we'll see what his market is. We'll see what his market is. So that leaves a hole at Mike linebacker, but we do have a replacement. We will put Tyron Tracy. We're not using him, so I will put him on the trading block because Scatterboo is all three downs. We do need a wide receiver. I think Darius Slayton had an okay season last season, but we do need to sign another receiver and probably draft another one. Ridley really didn't do much in his rookie year. Theo Johnson not getting a lot of touchdowns. We do need a new center. Imbo was great at the right tackle. Now we need a middle linebacker, but we have Alubi if we can't bring back Bobby Okereke. And we need corner because our, Deontay Banks, we have to decide if we want to pay him. I think Paulson Adebo's contract is coming up. Drew Phillips' contract is coming up. Javon Holland lost his dev trait. Tyler Nubin was okay. Ben Sauls, we might need a kicker competition. So we'll see what free agents are available. And Rashee Rice is there. So quarterbacks we don't need, running backs we don't need, receiver we do need. Rashee Rice, let's see. Team has franchise quarterback Jackson Dart. He wants to play in a warm weather state though, so that would not be New Jersey. He wants 27 million a year. I think we offer him a contract. But we do have to pay Malik Neighbors. So we'll probably just draft that top 5 quarterback. We have Darius Slayton too, so I'm glad I thought about that. We do have to pay Malik Neighbors this year because I declined the option. So we're not gonna go after Rashee Rice. That wouldn't be smart business. We do need a center. Now Ryan Kelly for a year, but Elton Jenkins, he wants to play in a big market. He's a scheme fit. He would be an upgrade over John Michael Smith. And I like it. Even though Ryan Kelly does have the mentor tag, he wants to play closer to home, Ohio. But, I mean, Elton Jenkins is a scheme fit. He's younger. He's cheaper. Let's go with Elton Jenkins at center. Doesn't rule out that we still won't draft one. We don't need any edge. Don't need any interior D lineman. We do need Mike linebacker. And Okereke is the best one. So offer him a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. I really just want to offer him a 1-year deal. And if we can't get him, we will draft a middle linebacker. Now, Devin Bush, we could offer Drew Tranquil, but want to get younger at Mike linebacker. And then corner, I mean, Jamel Dean's here, but he's not interested. Kenny Moore, veteran. Michael Carter, Jair Alexander. Kenny Moore in the slot wouldn't be bad. We do need a kicker. Yeah, Elton Jenkins and going to get Okereke back.
View a player's motivations and interest level in your team here.
I did not need no help. See if we get Elton Jenkins. We do. Other teams have jumped in the mix for Bobby Okereke. now Tennessee, who stole, um, we're gonna have to up the money. Who stole Wandale Robinson last season? They're trying to steal Bobby Okereke. I can't let them steal another, and they steal Bobby Okereke, man. God damn, what is Tennessee's beef with me? Just because we didn't win you a Super Bowl in the first rebuild? Is that what it is? They steal Bobby Okereke. We're gonna need a Mike linebacker. Is there anybody available left? I mean, there's nobody really. Corner. If Kenny Moore is still there, I think we make a play at Kenny Moore. We need help in the secondary. He would be the slot. We have Drew Phillips. Paulson Adio's contract is gonna be up. Deontay Banks' contract is gonna be up. So bringing Kenny Moore in for a year, I mean, he could retire at the end of the year. So it might be in our best interest to draft a corner. And I think that's what we're gonna do. So now we go in needing, we fixed center, we need receiver, corner, linebacker, kicker, long snapper, fullback. I do want to see if any of those receivers will be going in the first round. We may have to trade up. There's a lot of receivers. I see three receivers already. So yeah, one of those receivers, the top 5 guys should fall to us in the second round. We made the first round playoffs, so we'll probably be picking in the middle. I just remember I don't have a first round pick, so we'll be picking in the second. Do we have at least another second round pick? We don't. So I do want to see if we can get something for Tyron Tracy. We're just not using him. He's going in a contract year. Scatterboo is our guy. And nothing. No value. We'll just do it once we get to the second round. Let's see if there's any free agents left. Rasheed Rice goes to the Rams. Devin Bush goes to the Rams, the team that knocked us out of the playoffs. Corner available. Go get Michael Carter, Jay Alexander, Alontae Taylor. Another season where we're just gonna prove in the draft. I mean, we got a center. We might have to go after Reggie Gillum, Patrick Reichert. We may have to go get a backup running back like Isaiah Pacheco. Be a great compliment to Scatterboo. Maybe bring in a Jacoby Brissett. But let's look at the players. We could use a backup running back, like an elusive or receiving back. We got Jimmy Bowie with elite acceleration with B trucking. So that's actually good. We will put him on the list. And then we do need a fullback. It's a blocking fullback with A lead block, A stiff arm, A trucking. Can't pass block, but he can probably run block. So we will put him on the list. And then receiving. We're not going to do the top 5 guy. Now, Zach Slauson is around 1 to 2. So he is an option that we will put on the list. But we really want the top 5, Dakota Williams. I like Mbu at right tackle and how he played. We do need a Mike linebacker. There's a day 3 guy with A awareness, A zone, elite jumping. Yeah, he's going to be a day 3 pick for us. And then there's a corner with round 1 talent, Sheffield. A accuracy with elite kick power. We have our kicker, Blankenship, not Rodrigo. And then we do need a long snapper. So when I look at my favorites, we want the receiver, who's a top 5 guy. I want this Mike linebacker, kicker, running back. So we know who we're targeting in the draft. We got Elton Jenkins at center. We'll probably trade Tyron Tracy to move up in the second round. Now let's scout. We need to get that corner too. So let's scout the linebacker. Let's scout the running back. We might as well scout the kicker, right? We do have trade offers for Tyron Tracy, Jerzon Newton, but we don't need a D tackle. But the Commanders, that's in the division. Why are y'all even calling my phone? We will probably call Kansas City though. They did lose Isaiah Pacheco. So let's see what they will want for Pacheco. I mean, for Tyron Tracy. Let's go to the Chiefs. They don't have any cap room. They do need a running back. They are picking high in the second round. Would y'all give me that? They don't have the cap space. They would have to give me another player who was eating up all their money. Harry Douglas? Or Demario Douglas? Noah Gray? Creed Humphrey? Jawan Taylor, huh? Leo Chenal, Trent Duffy, Brian Cook Jr., Quentin Lake, Shamari Carter with Superstar Dev. So, I mean, can we find another team that needs a running back? Because I want to move up in the draft. We're not going to do the Cowboys. Nobody in our division. We're not helping them out. Who could use somebody that's looking to be a running back one or a more prominent role in the running back two position? Ravens don't have cap room. Does anybody have any cap that needs a running back? The Bengals don't have any cap. The Bills, they beat us in the Super Bowl. Don't want to help them. The Browns, no. Bucks, no. Cardinals are in the NFC though. But it looks like the Cardinals have the cap space. They pick at 16. I mean, Tyron Tracy and would they do a fourth? We might be robbing them right here. Nah, they're not gonna do it. For a second, they don't want to give me a second. Would they give me a third? Boom, they give me a third round pick for Tyron Tracy. He will go to the Cardinals, and we'll just get a backup running back. That's we want to do right by Tyron Tracy. We're not using him at all, so get something for him. We're not gonna re-sign him. So let's see. The kicker is a round one talent. The linebacker, the receiver, the other top 5 receiver because we don't want him taken. And damn, I should have did the fullback. I knew the kicker was gonna be good. Should have did the fullback. That running back's round 3 to 4, so he's a little bit better than day 3. And there's our Tyron Tracy replacement right there. So could we package? We have pick, and move up in the second round. Who has? Let's do like the Chiefs. Second and third. We're going to try to get a receiver. Boom. And they do it.
Welcome.
So I think we're going to go straight to our pick. We moved up with the Chiefs. And boom. We're going to make sure we get that top 5 receiver, Dakota Williams, in the slot. We're not going to waste no time, and we're going to take him. Brian Dayball loves the pick. Me and him been working together with Dave Gettleman. Gettleman's still the GM, right? And there you see it, the receiver with the New York hat. He's number 5, top 5 in true talent. That's an A+ pick. We got him at 37, 5th pick in the second round. We trade up with the Chiefs. Hidden dev, slot receiver. We got him, and we have Malik Neighbors. Maybe it's time now to move Malik Neighbors out of the slot. And then we do want to find a way to get the running back, the linebacker. We can get the kicker. I forgot to add the corner to the list, and it looks like he may have been taken already. So we're not worried about the cornerback. So we can stay where we're at. Hopefully the linebacker falls to us. Yeah, linebacker, running back, kicker, fullback, long snapper. So corner already went. We'll go to our pick. Picking that 16 in the 3rd round. And we've been really aggressive in these drafts. We will trade up. We will trade down. Haven't traded down yet. And boom, the linebacker falls right to us. I want to make sure that corner did go. He actually did go. We don't need the tackle. Is there any offensive linemen or receivers? There is not. So that makes the pick even easier. We get our Bobby Okereke replacement. And Nick Mormon. With elite jumping. A awareness, A play rate, A impact blocking, A zone, B tackle, B man. Don't like the pursuit that much, but B block shedding. He can do it all. He's really balanced. We're going to take him. 38, we got him at 80. More than enough speed to play linebacker in NFL. High IQ, routinely on display. Consistent tackler. Hidden dev, we're 2 for 2. Let's go. The next pick, I think we go with the kicker. Or fullback. I think we go with the kicker or fullback. Don't want to mess around. Yeah, the fullback got taken. Damn it. Well, we're not going to mess around. Tyson Blankenship, elite strength with A accuracy. Number 7, we got him at 115. Hidden dev with 99 kick power, maybe generational. And we are 3 for 3 in this draft. Sucks that we didn't get a chance to get that corner, but we still have Deontay Banks on another prove it year. Didn't get the fullback, but now it's time to blind pick with no vision. Is there any receiving backs or elusive backs left? Don't see any fullbacks left. There is some. Elite acceleration, elite speed with great strength and great jumping. A trucking, B stiff arm, B pass block. Braxton Meredith. Might be the guy. So we'll look at Braxton Meredith. Don't need a tight end. Could get somebody to compete with Mbu. Any corners? None. We're going to go with the fullback. Braxton Meredith. I didn't look at the other one down there. Real quick. Yeah, we'll go Meredith. 75th, we got him at 147. Hidden Dev, let's go. I'm 4 for 4. I'm 4 for 4 on Dev traits. Missed out on the fullback that we originally intended to get, but we got the Hidden Dev. And the Giants, once again, having an A-plus draft. I think we trade out of this pick. I haven't really seen anybody that we could draft. We do need a long snapper, though. We'll take one with our last pick. Here's a safety with B play reg. He's a hybrid with elite strength. I think that's the pick. We can move him to corner. Yeah, we can move him to corner. And then probably get one of these offensive linemen. Pass block finesse. I think that's the play. Let's go get this safety. With B play rate, B hit power, elite strength. I mean, he's not like those guards. The pass protector. Good, great, everything. Elite change of direction. Let's go JD Lawton. 76, we got him at 179. Normal dev. Play backup left guard to John Runyon. Or right tackle with Mbu. And then we'll go get a long snapper. Just to fill out that position. Now, which long snapper do we take? Manuel Bolette. You have Miguel Ramirez. And you have Curtis McConnell. We'll go Curtis McConnell. 86, 211, normal dev. So we got, our first 4 picks. We're hidden dev. Got the players we wanted. All 70s and above. That's a dub. 78 receiver in the second round. He was a top 5 player in the draft. We get another receiver alongside Malik Neighbors and another weapon for Jackson Dart. We get our Bobby Okereke replacement. He wants to go play with, his buddy Wandale Robinson. So, hey, we got Nick Mormon now at Mike linebacker. We got a probably maybe superstar or generational kicker with 99 kick power. It doesn't have the 99 accuracy, probably not generational. We get a hidden dev fullback, hidden dev to help block for Cam Scatterboo. We get a backup guard. Pass protector could flex him out to tackle, but probably keep him inside guard. He will learn with John Runyon. And then we get a long snapper, 70 overall, Curtis McConnell to, help the special teams. But looking at the top players in the draft, this was okay rated draft class. Best player was a tight end, and then there's a fullback, 79 overall, hidden dev. Did he go in the first round? There was a fullback that went in the first round, bro. He has to be generational. And you see that we got the 4th best player. I know they said 5th, but he tied with the tackle in the corner. There was a corner that we wanted to draft. I don't remember the name, but I do want to see what his rating would have been. What was his name? He had to have gone in the 3rd or 2nd round. I really, really don't remember his name. Yeah, I don't know when he went, so we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to worry about the rookies that we took. Now, in our second year, didn't win the NFC East, but we made the playoffs, eliminated by the LA Rams in the first round. Lost Bobby Okereke in free agency, traded Tyron Tracy, but we brought in Elton Jenkins to help booster up our offensive line. We hit, at least 4 hidden depth traits, all the draft picks 70 and above. So once again, adding more younger talent to this team, the younger talent that we already have, continuing to grow. And I think going into year 3 should be another playoff team. But that'll wrap it up for part 2 in this Madden 26 New York Giants realistic rebuild. Stay tuned for part 3.